Jacob, obviously you copped that heavy knock, but no ill effects since then?
No, all good. All good. It was more a bit of a shock. Didn't quite see it coming, so it was a bit of more of winding than anything. But yeah, I was fine to play out the game.
What actually happened?
I think I was just working back, and he sort of let up, and he didn't see me, I guess, and yeah, and we just had a bit of a collision, and yeah, next thing I knew I was on the ground. So
was that a clash of heads, Jacob, or as well?
Not really. It was more of just winding, than that. Yeah, there was no real worries about it. Yeah, besides trying to get my breath back.
It was Sam, right? Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Did you talk to him about it? Because he didn't see you either.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No, I didn't speak to him after the game or anything. Sort of just, I think I was caught up in the moment of the goal, the match-winning goal. So.
When did you know you were going to be able to get back on there?
Oh, pretty much straight away when I got to the bench. I was just get my breath back and yeah, just get ready to go again. So. Yeah,
did they ask you any questions? Were they concerned about your head at all?
Yeah, they asked me the normal questions about the score, who we played last week. I think there was a couple others they threw in there, but yeah, my head was fine, so there was no worries at all.
So you're still playing that kamikaze style?
Yeah, at least time I didn't see him, so should have had a look.
We asked Andrew before the feeling in the change rooms afterwards. Did you speak to Nick after the game at all?
Not too much. I was sort of leaving him alone a bit to bask in his own glory, I guess. But I just said, "Well done, mate." That's takes a lot of guts to just go back and steel yourself and kick the goal. It was pretty impressive stuff.
What about the mark though? Is that one of the best things you've seen on football?
I didn't actually see it. I was on the bench at the time, and I was watching JK's hands go back, and I thought he was about to grab it, and all of a sudden the crowd just starts roaring, and then who else was it going to be but Nic Nat? So yeah, it was. I've watched it a few times since then though. It was a pretty good grab.
Have you heard noise like that before?
To be honest, I don't actually know. It was sort of one of those ones where it was like you were just caught up in the moment as well. It wasn't. I wasn't listening out. I was just jumping around on the bench, or I can't remember what I was doing, but yeah, it never really struck me the noise. But it was just the whole looking around. Have a look at this. All right, watching the time tick down in the on the bench. No one did kick after the siren. So.
Did you back him in? All your mates have said they all backed him in.
Yeah, he's a pretty good set shot, I think, and Simon Easter was on the bench backing him in pretty hard, so I went with him.
Is there someone in the team you'd rather have that shot than Nic Nat?
Leck is normally pretty good, and I would have hated to seen JK have a go because I don't know how many stutters he would have put in there, but yeah, they're kicking pretty well for both those guys most of the time.
Does it feel like that could be a turning point in the season? Because from the outside looking in, it seems like you guys have been a bit flat this year.
I'm not sure if we've been flat, but I think we're just working our way, getting a full side together, trying to get everyone back playing well. And I think the last couple of wins where it's the game's been up for grabs and we've been able to take it is probably going to give us a bit of confidence going forward. And it's a long season, so to be 4-4 is not too bad.
Nick's pretty much the king of Perth already.
Yeah.
His popularity getting even bigger now after that.
I'm sure he would have got a few more Twitter followers or something like that, but he's the biggest name in football at the moment, isn't he? That's he's a pretty impressive character as well to just kick those goals but be so humble, and he's a good person as well as a good footballer.
Is it frustrating that you've just started getting back your full team and now you could possibly lose Schofield and Bellingham for a couple?
It could be a bit frustrating. You could look at it that way, but the thing, our depth within the side, within the club, is a real strength of ours. And I'm sure Mitch Brown will probably get the opportunity to come in for Scoey, and Jamie Cripps played earlier in the year. He could come in for Sharrod, as could Hamsey, who played really well on the weekend. So there's guys who have played regular senior footy who are running around in the waffle at the moment that can easily step in and fill the void left by these the first pick players.
How's Sharrod feeling? I mean, it must be pretty tough to do the other ankle straight after coming back.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be pretty devastating for him. I haven't actually had a chance to speak to him, but he's a pretty upbeat character. I'm sure he won't dwell on it too much, and he'll be ready to go, get stuck into his rehab. He was pretty good about last time. He's really good about last time to get back, and I'm sure he'll do it all again.
Do you feel like you're starting to establish yourself in that back line, Joe?
I'd like to think so sometimes, but there's a few sleepless nights every now and then. It's a tough back line to try and establish yourself in. There's blokes who have missed out, so Sam Butler will probably be right this week to play. So whether or not I get a game will be just determined on how well I played by the coaches and the training this week. And I never feel like I'm going to be picked every week. It's you wait and see and hope for the best sort of thing at the moment.
Every team now has, well, it seems like every team now has a couple of those really quick small forwards. Is the fact that you're quick, you regard that as an asset in terms of when you put yourself in front of the selectors? Yeah,
I think that would help. If I was slow, if I was slow and I can't kick, then what would I be doing? But yeah, I think having that in my skill set as a player is it probably helps me to get a game most weeks. Yeah.
Mark Nikoski obviously made his comeback in the reserves. I think it was a pretty quiet game, but it's a big step for him, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. He was a bit excited, I could see on Friday when I saw him, and I'm glad he got through well, and he got a few kicks, got a bit of the footy, which is always worry about. First game in, what would it have been, probably 14 months, something like that. So it was good for him just as a stepping stone going forward. Yeah.
What's he been like sort of around the club? Everyone sort of talks him up as sort of one of the good guys. Yeah,
he just attacks his rehab as hard as anyone. He sets the scene in terms of hard work in that rehab group, and doesn't matter who's going in and out of the group. He's always there working his butt off, and it's good to see him get the reward of a long time off, but to finally start playing some footy.
How's Will? Have you seen him this week?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yep, fingers not too bad. I think he'll attack his rehab too. It's he'll be able to run, which is good, which he'll probably hate because he'll just be doing running for the next few weeks. But I'm not sure how long he'll miss. Not sure what they've said yet. So
was it pretty gruesome? Did anyone get a look at it?
No, he said it was pretty gruesome, but no one. I haven't seen a good look, and no one's got a photo, so we're a bit devastated about that.
Won't affect the podcast this week.
I don't think so. I think he'll be in there. Oh, it's good fun if I get a call off every now and then. Got to get Steve Andy to let me in.
How big an effort was it from him to be able to come back on and just give someone a chop out?
Oh yeah, it's a huge effort. He was obviously very sore, and I think he was running around telling people don't kick it to him. And the occasion that he had to go for the footy, everyone started booing him because he went in with one hand. But it was a big effort by him, and I was sitting on the bench together as Nic took the mark, and he goes, if he kicks it, make sure you don't give me a high five with my right hand. So it was good warning for me, because I probably would have given him a big one.
Jacob, I think you took out one or two teammates last year with your sort of like attack on the ball, the way you go at it, and obviously you've been cleaned up by another bloke on the weekend. Yeah. Is getting that awareness of what's going on around you a balance you have to strike, you think, going forward?
I think my awareness out there is not too bad. The time I ran into Adam, we were both going for the ball. I knew that we were going to collide. It's just that my hip hit him in the head and he got concussed. Whereas the one on the weekend, I felt that the ball was rolling that way, and I started moving that way. And it's probably not my fault that someone can run into me. So I'd like to think that my awareness out there is pretty good. And like the collisions I have, and normally I'm aware what's going to happen.